Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now in today's video I'm going to talk about buying land in the Philippines and in particularly why I've changed my mind around doing this. In a previous video I did going back 3 months or so ago. You can check it out here if you like. I did talk about buying land in the Philippines and how you could lose thousands of dollars. Now, of course, what I was referring to in that video was that you could be married to a Filipina, you buy the land, which goes in her name because she's a Philippine citizen, and as a foreigner you cannot own land in the Philippines. Some people will tell you you can if you get a corporation, this sort of stuff, but to me that's just cheating the system. And if you're going to be living in a foreign country, you don't want to be causing problems for yourself down the track, and also it's quite difficult to do, I believe. So something I would never do, and I would never recommend that anyone do it unless you had a legitimate company. So yeah, we did change our mind. Now in that previous video you'll recall me saying that you should only buy what you can afford to buy. In other words, don't put all your money into buying land and a house in the Philippines, because if things do go wrong later on, you can lose the lot. You have nothing left. You know, people might spend $150,000 or whatever to get a lovely house there on a nice big lot, and 10 years from now they could lose the lot. And they may not either. You know, any relationship, any risk, with anyone in the world is always a risk. You can lose. So bear that in mind. Now for us, we're not planning at this stage to go and move to the Philippines or retire in the Philippines. It was on the cards for a period of time, but now we're thinking that we want to actually live here in Australia but visit more frequently to the Philippines. So we went through the process of buying a lot that we could afford. Now the lot we paid for was 400,000 pesos, which is around about 10,000 Australian dollars. And of course you've got to put a house on that. So our budget will be anywhere around, probably around about 20,000 Australian dollars in total. And then we've got our little place there in the Philippines where we can visit when we want to visit, which will be getting more frequent as we get a bit older and head towards retirement. We'll be spending more and more time over there. So this will give us a base in the Philippines from which we can stay and explore from that place. Now, other reasons around it, because people will say, well, hang on, you're a bit crazy, man. You're buying, you're spending $20,000 or $30,000 on this house and lot and you're only going to be visiting there when you could rent much cheaper. And that's 100%, it's correct. But that's not the only reason we're buying the land. We also have family that I've grown very fond of, and I love very much my Philippine family. And this is a way that any of those family members may be able to gain assistance from that house if they fall on hard times. So to me, it's a bit of security for our family as well over there, and it's something, as I say, we can afford to do, and it will serve two purposes: one for us and one for the family. So we're happy to do that. I'd like to caution people very much about, there are scams in the Philippines going on around land. So you can be buying land that you don't even get a title for. You can be buying land off people that don't even own the land. So be very, very careful whenever you're going to buy land in the Philippines that you do it in a proper way. Go through all the proper channels, through the lawyers, through the barangay, and wherever else you need to go. For us, we had my sister-in-law do everything she needed to do, being a local Filipino, and she was able to find out what she needed to do to make sure that the title was clear and clean, and it was and the land was going to be put into my wife's name, which has been done. And we also had we purchased this land through a friend of my wife's, a long-term friend whose husband works with somebody who owned the land. And of course, when you're purchasing through people you know, or you've known for a long time, and they can recommend them, then that's obviously a good sign. And that obviously helped us to feel a little bit more secure about what we're doing. But I've got to say, it was quite a nerve-wracking process going through everything, because at the end of the day, you could be sending off $10,000 overseas and you end up with nothing. So and that did cross our mind at times, but we did do all the proper checks and balances and make sure that everything was legit, and you've got to take your time to do that. So if you're going to buy the land in the Philippines, then make sure you do those things to make sure that land's yours. If you can't get a clear title, then I absolutely don't recommend that you purchase the land. Find somewhere where you can. So we're really excited by our land, and I do hope to get some pictures and film as it gets built. As I say, it's only going to be a very basic house. It'll be very similar to many of the Philippine houses over there. It might just have a bit of air conditioning inside and whatnot, a little bit more comfortable than some of the local houses, but on the outside, for all purposes, it will be very similar. You don't want to be putting up a big elaborate house of any sort, in my opinion, near many locals who don't have that, where it stands out like a sore thumb and it's saying money, 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 and some people might just see that as an opportunity. So our house is going to be very basic, very simple, and it'll fit in with many other houses in that area. So that's my little video on that, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on buying land in the Philippines, whether you've done it, whether you would do it, whether you think renting is the go, as many people do, and that's fair enough. And I did until recently, so I'm one of those. So whack your comments below, let me know what you think, and of course share the video around with anyone who might enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course turn on the notification bell where you'll be notified of every video that I upload. So thanks again, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Take care, and bye for now.